I'll be honest, I was concerned when they said the Tears of the Kingdom world would be the same as the Breath of the Wild world. I knew the game would be good, don't get me wrong. A Zelda game being good is as much as a guarantee as you fail in that math test you should be studying for. You may want to click off this video to something else there, buddy. But yes, while you're here, I thought this would be an excellent game, but I was rightfully concerned. Zelda games have some of the best exploration in all of video games. Like, no games are at the same level as it. Breath of the Wild nailed it for being the first really open world style since, well, maybe like the original games. Like, so many open world games just feel inferior compared to it. But that exploration might not have been for Tears of the Kingdom because it was gonna be the same exact world. So when the game came out, did Tears of the Kingdom have this problem? No. The world was an absolute joy to explore even if it was the same. And I thought a lot about this. There's a few key reasons why that's the case. I feel like this is a topic you can talk about for like an hour. Like, there's just so much you can deep dive into it. I'm more on the high level here and I'll just hit on some of the top reasons as to why. But man, just thinking about discussing it gets me exciting. Exploring this world was just so much fun. I think the first reason is very self-explanatory. Tears of the Kingdom has both the sky and the depths to explore. So just like that, the area to explore has been tripled. Oh, well, I guess maybe most of the stuff still happens on like the surface, but yeah, the point is the game map got a lot bigger. And I didn't expect this. The trailer showed how you use the Sky Islands fairly well, but I didn't realize it would be like that in depth. Like the tutorial went for the Great Plateau to just moved up to the sky. In fact, many fun challenges are in the sky, like 2 temples are up there. And while I knew about the sky, I really didn't know about the depths. Like, sure, there were holes in the ground. I mean, I think we all as humans got them. Steven Seagal even acts like one of the holes all the time. But when you first enter the depths and realize there's an entire third area down there, and just realizing how huge it is, man, that is when you just sit there and realize how massive this game is. We thought the Breath of the Wild world was huge. Tears of the Kingdom just got even bigger. Now, the surface is the most fleshed out of the worlds. The Sky Islands are scattered a little bit, and they get repeated. The depths too, like it's more or less just kind of repeated areas, not too much different, the terrain varies a little bit. But that really should not take away from the main point being that the world just got so much bigger. Plus all that, you can interact with the 3 worlds at one time. Do you want the skydiving record? Just jump for the top of an island and fly all the way through this hole on the surface to the depths below. Just don't forget your glider. So I'm going to go into some other points in this video, but this alone just tells you that there's a lot more to explore, with the addition of the sky and the depths. There was also an excellent exploration addition to the surface itself, the caves and the wells. I already rambled about how many wells are in this game, and that was one of our more pointless videos, but that's kind of me. And they are fun to find. I got no idea why this woman likes them so much, but I'm happy to report that I have found them all for her. Got this little medal to prove it. They got a lot of good loot too, just good areas to explore, and many link to what's the even bigger segments, the caves. They took the same map and found places where caves wouldn't make sense and added them into just so many fun areas. You always strive to explore it thoroughly, to loot, maybe find a boss fight, but also you gotta find that bubble frog. Each cave has one of those and gives you a little reward they can use at the freak shop. There are just so many caves to explore, and many are extremely complex in their size. Like, I can get lost in them for 30 minutes sometimes. Like, think of Dungeons of the old Zelda games, they weren't even 30 minutes long. It keeps the overworld fresh. It added new things to the same exact location. And I think they were excellent additions to ensure the overworld remained fun to explore. There is another key point too, and I got a question for everyone out there. Have you explored every location in Breath of the Wild? I'm guessing that answer is no, because they made the world so huge. Sure, there are some areas that were explored pretty well, like I bet you Kakariko Village, maybe the area between that and like Hateno Village. But let's be real, we did not explore all of it. Like even some areas in the Great Plateau just feel new to us, and we were stuck in that little place for a whole hour to start this game. So if Tears of the Kingdom using the same world, there are many places we haven't seen before. This world has locations we've never been to, even though we could have been there before. There was just too much to explore in Breath of the Wild to make it possible, so Tears of the Kingdom can feel fresh and have new areas for exploration. I never thought of this point all that much until I really got going to the game. Like, I'm gonna say this example right here, there's an area just south of Lake Hylia that I feel like I didn't really explore a ton, but now I went there a lot in Tears of the Kingdom and it just feels fresh. Like this area just felt new to me, even though it's like right next to the start of Breath of the Wild. And hey, I played Breath of the Wild like a few months before Tears of the Kingdom came out, so it definitely should have been very fresh to me. But with the world so big, Tears of the Kingdom still feels fresh and prime for exploration. I really could go on for this topic. Like so many people could dive into this topic with their own opinion. But my voice is getting a little tired, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Like I could have shown off all Link's new abilities and how they just completely change how you explore. Like you make cars and stuff, and that alone just, you don't really need the horses anymore. You could use better craftsmanship though, because I had a few, this wasn't my best work I guess. It was not my best work. And there's also all these new collectibles to find. And Death Mountain is completely different, all the lava's gone. There's just so much more to talk about. but you know what, I'm just gonna keep this ending simple. Tears of the Kingdom is still excellent for exploration, even though it uses Breath of the Wild's world. That concern has been mitigated.